Hey gorgeous souls, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos today. So today is all about celebrating the spring equinox, and I can't wait to share with you my personal spring equinox manifesting ritual and journaling prompts and tools you can use this spring equinox to supercharge your desires and manifest with this beautiful energy, and of course welcome in spring as well. If you're in the northern hemisphere, then obviously you're going to be celebrating spring equinox. If you're in the southern hemisphere, then you're going to be celebrating the autumn equinox. And of course, as always, I have content for that, which I will link below if you're in the southern hemisphere, because this video is not going to make any sense and you can come back to it in 6 months' time when it does make sense. But if you're new here to my channel, then welcome. My name's Emma. I'm an award-winning life coach, 2x best-selling author. I'm a law of attraction YouTuber here on my channel and the host of the #1 spirituality podcast on iTunes, Spiritual Queens Badass Podcast. And here on my channel, I cover all things law of attraction, manifestation, spirituality, and self-help. So not only do I really hope you're going to enjoy this video, but the abundance of videos here on my channel over the last 8 years. So the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere this year in 2023 is happening on Monday, the 20th of March. And there's a lot of great energy around this as well. On the 21st of March, we then have the start of the new astrological year, the new moon in Aries, which marks the beginning of a cycle, the beginning of the 12-month lunations, as Aries is the start of that astrological year, that cycle. So not only do we have the spring equinox on the Monday, on the Tuesday, we then have that new moon in Aries, which is all about new beginnings, setting intentions. It is a powerful, powerful energy that we've got here as we move into Aries season. So although the spring equinox is happening in Pisces season, we're going to have that crossover energy into Aries season as well. So what can we expect? So what we can expect is, of course, we're going to feel that shift in energy. I always feel, and I'm feeling it at the moment as well, you can feel when spring equinox is on the way, there's a shift and you start to feel that outward shift, moving back into that kind of outward experience as the light returns, as we invite that light back in and the evenings get lighter as well. So you will notice that there's a positive uplifted shift that's gone on and that you'll be feeling more excited about lighter evenings, the return of spring, the return of summer, and you'll start to feel a little bit more like that outwards energy. So autumn and winter are all about going within that feminine energy, especially winter. Autumn is that kind of beginning stage of that, whereas spring is that beginning stage of coming back into the outer experience, the masculine energy of manifestation, outwards experience, outwards manifesting. So you're going to feel called to, get outside, but you're also going to feel called to start taking action. The spring equinox is the universe's green light for you. The projects, the ideas, the things that you've been cultivating, thinking over, and sort of creating over the winter solstice is now able to start having movement with it. This is your green light to start taking action and start to make progress towards this for its completion in the summer solstice. So you're going to start to see progression. You're going to start to see movement. You're going to start to feel that manifestation energy ignite. Now, of course, we can manifest any time of the year, at any point, of course, but you definitely do feel that uplift and shift as we get to the spring equinox and moving towards the summer solstice in June. So now is absolutely the time to take action. It's now time to take action, move forwards, and start walking your talk with your goals, your projects, and your ideas. So this is why as well, you may start to feel that sudden urge to do things, start being creative, start taking that action, and even decluttering as well. The spring equinox, we all know about spring clean. The spring equinox is such a powerful energy and portal to help us to bring in abundance. Now, not only do we have the new astrological year happening the day afterwards, the spring equinox energy also echoes new beginnings. So it's all about decluttering both mentally, physically, and spiritually. So not just a physical declutter of your home, although I'm always going to suggest that because it's always great to do and I always manifest abundance abundance when I do that. And everybody I recommend it to is like, oh my gosh, I cleared out a drawer, I cleared out a corner, and I've manifested money instantly. So it definitely always does create abundance. And the reason why it does is because you're creating the space and you're letting any stagnant energy go. And again, over the autumn and winter, we've probably collected that stagnant energy as we've gone within. So spring cleaning is fantastic to do anyway, but actually spring decluttering of all areas of your life, whether it's emotionally declutter, physically declutter, or spiritually declutter, is really important to do over the spring equinox. So I always feel I just get this sudden urge where I'm like, I want to declutter everything. I want to sort through my house. I want to get rid of some stuff. I want to create the space for abundance. And this is the time and energy to do it. And of course, in order to create and manifest abundance, we have to create the space for that in our life. So this is why we feel that urge now, because the universe is giving us that green light to move forwards with our actions and goals and manifestations. But in order to do that, we have to create the space. So do declutter. That's going to be my first step for you to do, which I'm going to get to in a second, of your tasks for your ritual and your journaling prompts. But decluttering is so, so important and will create the space for so much abundance and joy in your life. Because I always say, think about it like a living room. If you've got a really cluttered, busy living room and you want to buy a nice new lamp, you've got nowhere to put it. You've got nowhere to enjoy it. You're not going to see it. Whereas if you declutter and clean the space, you've got plenty of space for that new lamp so you can enjoy it, and it's going to look perfect in that living room. So you need to create the space in your life for abundance to flow to you. And this is really the key message about letting the light back in. The light is returning, and also decluttering and letting go of that old astrological year, so to speak, to welcome in the new astrological year with Aries the very next day. So Pisces season is very much about like endings and new beginnings. And this spring equinox is echoing that message as we then the very next day go into our new beginnings. So very often around the spring equinox and April, you very much see new beginnings, change, things happen, because we're in that energy. We're in that new astrological year. So this is the time for new beginnings. This is the time for change to usher into your life. This is the time for abundance, new abundance to come into your life. So spring is such a magical time. I love the energy of spring equinox, and I love it for manifesting as well, just because there's so much great opportunity to let go of anything holding you back, release anything that's stagnating or not serving your highest good, inviting the spring energy and inviting in. And again, you think about spring when like baby lambs are born, chicks birth, new energy, the flowers start blooming again, and all the pretty pastel flowers and all the lovely spring flowers come to a head. So we start to see that rebirth cycle in nature come in spring. So again, look at how that's showing up in your life. What is rebirthing at the moment? What is coming to bloom finally? Where are you getting that green light in your life to move forward and flourish and bloom with your manifestations? So let's get to your very own spring equinox ritual then. So if you hadn't already guessed, step one is definitely declutter. So I want you over spring equinox, in the lead up, obviously this video is coming out before, so in the run up or on spring equinox, I'd love for you to declutter something, whether that's declutter your phone or laptop, whether that's declutter a room or the entire house. Don't overwhelm yourself. I just want you to declutter something, whether it's your work office, your car, a messy cupboard in the house. Maybe you want to go all out and do it all. I'm definitely someone who goes all out and does it all, but it does take a heck of a lot of energy to do the whole house in quite a short amount of time. So space it out, take your time. It doesn't all have to be done at once, and it doesn't have to be the whole house. That's just me who wants to do that. But declutter something in your life. Our phones even hold so much energy. So go through your camera roll, go through your apps, declutter old stagnant energy. You don't need it. And maybe that's even looking internally as well at your emotional clutter or your spiritual clutter. Is there anything, any emotions, any feelings, the past that you could let go of now and release with this spring equinox? So step one is to declutter. Step two is to actually set intentions. So the spring equinox, we set intentions at every equinox or solstice, but because of this new astrological year with Aries season that's coming in the very next day, it's even more the perfect time. So the meaning of the new moon in Aries, as it's the first new moon of the astrological year, is very much set your intentions for the 12 months ahead. So you could do that, and you could over spring equinox and the new moon in Aries set your goals for the year ahead and set powerful goals for the next 12 months. Or you could just keep it simple and do it for the next 3 months until we reach summer solstice. So think about, what would you like to cultivate or manifest between now and summer solstice in June? Or what would you like to manifest and cultivate between now and next year by next spring equinox? There's no right or wrong with this. See where you feel called to go. And if you did set all your goals in January, like so many of us have, then that's also not a bad thing. So now is the perfect time to revisit those annual goals, those 2023 goals you've set, and see if they still feel in alignment. What's shifted over these 3 months for you? Have you got clearer? Have things shifted and changed? Maybe you've actually changed your mind, and this is the perfect opportunity to reflect and revise and write new goals. So again, it's the perfect check-in opportunity to see how you're getting on with your 2023 goals, how you're feeling, do they still feel in alignment, and tweak and pivot if necessary. So have a look at your goals. Do they still feel great? Set some new goals for the next 3 months ahead, for the next quarter. Or you could even go the whole hog and do your intentions for the next 12 months until obviously next spring equinox / new astrological year when we go into Aries season. So see where you feel called to go. But the key theme of this spring equinox is to set intentions. So set clear intentions, be clear, and think about what you would really like to bloom in your life over spring equinox. Number 3 is to try something new. So what do I mean by this? Well, old ways won't open new doors. And if we're ushering in change, if we're ushering in those beautiful new beginnings and new abundance, you're gonna need to try something new. You're gonna have to do something differently. So tune in with yourself and ask yourself where you're feeling called to try something new. It could be something like completely unrelated, like trying a new dance routine or a new dance class, or trying a new recipe, or trying out a new style of coat, or trying out a new style of a way that you're doing something in your business, for example. It could be, completely changing up a strategy and you're like, actually, like this spring equinox is calling in a total revamp. I'm doing things completely different. So whatever this something new is showing up with in your life, I really want you to think about, how can you show up differently? How can you try something new this spring equinox to usher that change in, to usher in that new beginning and usher in the opportunity for change in your life? You're gonna have to make a change to create that new energy and that new abundance coming in. So obviously that's what you're doing with the decluttering, but try something new as well. This can be so much fun, whether it's trying something just for the hell of it, trying something just for the sake of having fun. It doesn't have to be to welcome in something or to create change. It's simply just putting yourself out there, trying something new and switching up the energy. Because again, even if it's something small, like trying a different recipe, you may think, Emma, that's got absolutely nothing to do with money, but then you manifest the money because you're again switching up your energy, you're trying something new. So sometimes the areas in our life that don't directly correlate to what we're trying to manifest can actually be the very areas we need to look at and create the change in to create that abundance in other areas of our life. And finally, number 4 is to get out in nature on all equinoxes and solstices. It's so important to get out there and enjoy Mother Nature and connect with nature. So over spring equinox, hopefully it's going to be a little bit warmer now. Get out there, take a lovely walk, take the dog for a walk, just whatever way you can, connect with nature in a way that feels right to you. What's your favorite thing to do in nature? Go and do it this spring equinox to welcome in the change, welcome in the abundance, and welcome in the beautiful spring energy. And last but certainly not least, I have some journaling prompts for you to take your spring equinox ritual even deeper. So I've popped them in the description box below just for ease, so you're not trying to frantically write them down as I'm saying them, but of course you can pause this video and write them down at the same time. So your 5 prompts are: what am I ready to move forwards with now? What area of my life is the universe giving me the go-ahead in? Really great question, so you can take that action and move forwards with ease. What can I declutter from my life, spiritually, emotionally, or physically? So important to look at all 3 areas, because you might have decluttered your house recently, but it might be the emotions that need that release over spring equinox. So really go deep with that prompt. What would I like to manifest over spring? So again, intention setting and getting you to focus on what you want to cultivate before summer solstice. How can I create space in my life for new abundance and beginnings this spring? So those are some beautiful, just little prompts that you can work with to take all the themes and energy of the spring equinox a little bit deeper. But key themes to remember is manifestations, new beginnings, and welcoming that new energy, change, and abundance into your life. So there is lots of fun things you can do with the spring equinox energy, and I really hope this video has been informative and given you the info and tips you need to have a magical spring equinox and manifest so much amazing abundance over the next few months as we head towards summer solstice. And of course, as always, I have a video playlist here of rituals where I have my winter and autumn and summer solstice videos too for you to watch. And of course, as always, as we approach the summer solstice, I've got a video of a ritual here that you can follow. It's under my rituals playlist, also a winter solstice video and autumn equinox as well. So there's one for each season of the year. But I really hope you've enjoyed this. Happy manifesting. Let me know how you're feeling with the spring equinox energy as well. Have you felt that shift in the air? Have you felt that change? Are you feeling that excitement for change and abundance coming into your life? Please do let me know. I would love to hear what manifests for you and how you're feeling. But thank you so much, gorgeous souls, for watching. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I replied to them all. And don't forget you can also join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spirituality. I hope you have a fabulous week, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love.